and I'm always over. Sometimes I get overstimulated. I came in this morning. We were rocking out to some Ray Charles and Shaka Khan, and
Yep.
just get the juices flowing. Talking about Shock G and all the wonderful things that stimulate you in the morning. And I'm like you. I need some stimulation after that debate this week. I thought it was a sad day for America, in that that's what we have at the pinnacle of our leadership. Not that we don't have better people to lead our country. It's just that our system is producing such bad results. It's not the fault of any individual. This is systematic. But I watched the debate. Went into the debate with a relatively open mind, considering what was at stake and what we get from now. Let's not confuse a couple of things. And I'm talking about the debate between Donald Trump and the debate between with Joe Biden. One of the factors that really jumped out at me was a debate is not an election. A debate is a debate. It's not an election. A debate is a debate. It's two people talking, and maybe they'll talk about substantive issues that help you make a decision. Now, for me, the debate was relatively irrelevant. I'm pretty certain there is nothing Donald Trump can say, do, or disclose that would impact the way that I think we're having a little bit of a technical issue with our microphone here, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, I got you.
So all right, so we got me a better microphone now. All right, so I was saying that there's nothing that I could learn new about Donald Trump that I would deem qualifies him to ever be president. I never thought Donald Trump ever should have been president. Once he was in office, I thought he should less be president. And now that he's been out of office, I think even there's less reason he should be in charge of a country as big, as powerful, as impactful, and could be as dangerous as America is. The world is so interrelated now. There's so many things that connect themselves, things that impact each other, that you can't look at our society and think just in one compartmental little piece. For example, we look at this issue that's going on about electric vehicles and regular vehicles. I don't know why there's a dispute about them. I don't recall, people objecting to cell phones over landlines. There were some people that held on to their landlines, and I'm still shocked when I go to somebody's house and they say, "Well, it's tied to my security system," and whatever it may be. But there's no reason that has to be a fight except for the economic backdrop to that and that political dynamic that impacts it. So I was looking at the battle with the debates. I went into it with a pretty clear mind. There would be nothing Donald Trump could say that I would leave it thinking I am comfortable with this person being the president again. I'm stunned that we have American citizens who actually think he is. See, sometimes I think we get too caught up in competition. We want our team to win. We want our person to win. We want not what we think is best, but we want some outcome that's predetermined, and not look at kind of the dynamics in play. Donald Trump, let me talk about Donald Trump real quick here. Donald Trump is completely morally bankrupt. Completely. He evidences every time he deals with anything. He is completely self-absorbed and only is interested in himself. He has no history of service to our country, to the community, with the dynamic to make it better for America, but for where he can make a profit. He is elitist. This idea that poor, uneducated Americans are somehow his concern is ludicrous. Even his hiring practices at his properties reflect a lack of any forethought for American citizens first. He's a narcissist, very egotistical. I want to stop short of calling him dumb, but I think he's very ignorant about the world because he has enjoyed such a level of white privilege. He cannot even conceive of an experience outside of that of being a privileged white male in America, well, with access to resources and the levers of power in our society. So going into the debate, there was almost nothing he could do that would have changed my opinion of him, but I want to give him a chance. And as soon as the debate started, this may have been Donald Trump's best debate performance ever. And he still sucked. I mean, he did the best ever, and it was still deplorable. If he was a first-year law student trying to get onto a debate team, he wouldn't even make the practice squad. First of all, he had no facts. None. Everything is horrible or everything about him is wonderful. Listen, America is not a horrible place. America is not in the doldrums. America's changing. Is it? It's absolutely changing, meaning there was more opportunity for more people. And I can understand the people who used to have all the power not having it now. Well, when I went to law school, we were majority male. Well, my law school's majority female now. Do you see it in the Hillsborough, where I'm in Hillsborough County, we see it in our judgeships. More and more, you see more and more women rising to the ranks of judgeship. Now, instead of taking a visceral reaction, it's wrong, it's unfair, the reality of it is they're willing to go out and compete and do the work, and they're earning the opportunities. We have people in America, within particularly old white men, who think the only way that a black person gets an opportunity or rises to a level of significance is through diversity, inclusion, affirmative action, and some kind of handout. Surely they can't compete with us on an equal playing field. But that dynamic is what I think has made Donald Trump have some appeal. I really did not think America was as racist as it is and harbored such long-standing racial tendencies about opportunity. America is a country where generationally you build on the next generation. America has stolen from the black community since before slavery, before the country was created. And I know we have the 1619 Project. America starts in 1776, 1789, I think, is when you finally get a constitution. But from the beginning, you've been stealing the value and resources from African-American people. And I want to use the word stealing because it wasn't as if you bargained in good faith. You set up a system to take their value, to take their time, to take their inventions, to take their self-worth, all that they can contribute to society, and you claim it for yourself. You know, I heard an example one time of somebody talking about if you took the game of Monopoly and you let somebody in the game of Monopoly go around the board buying up all the real estate, all the businesses and whatnot for 400 years. Let's say they go around 400 times, right? Not only do they get to keep whatever they accumulate, but they also get to accumulate what the other person playing has. And then you say, okay, everybody, you're all at the same place. Now we can start even. That's ludicrous. Well, that's America. America used its laws to steal and deprive African Americans of opportunity and the ability to build generational wealth. Now, let me say what's going on. Let me say, so my parents did not have the opportunity to get educated. Hey, I did. And guess what? My kids are. My parents didn't have control of their economic situations, so they weren't able to build economic value. Guess what? I have. My kids will have some resources in addition to all the other advantages that they have gained because of the opportunities we presented to them. Not only that, they get access to all the resources we know about, all the people we know. That's inherited. That's inherited. And to say that it's not, and you take a person like Donald Trump, and their position is, well, I did all this on my own. I doubt. You all listen to Same Guy talk as I do, Donald Trump, and you can assess from his use of language about what level of intelligence he has. He may have good instincts, but so I'm talking about. So going into the debate, I had a very, very clear view of what I expected, and Donald Trump did not disappoint me. He didn't disappoint me at all. I expected Donald Trump to be petty. He was. I expected him to lie, blatantly lie. See, a lie is not, I think it's going to rain this afternoon, and it doesn't rain. And you'll say, oh, you lied about it's supposed to rain this afternoon. No. I gave you my opinion, and it came out different. Donald Trump flat lies. He takes facts that he knows are not true. And here's the thing that even more disgusting about this man is his view of our military. Everything in Donald Trump's world politically is a pawn to achieve his selfish goals. Here's someone who took a guy like John McCain, one of our just a person who really sacrificed for America, was not perfect. We're not going to make that out. Hey, and he was Republican. And Joe Biden says, well, he's not a hero. He's not a hero. But I care, but I really value our veterans though. So there's really nothing redeeming, I thought, that Donald Trump could have done in that debate. And I think that's been overshadowed by other folks who can't see a bigger picture. A debate is not an election. And a debate is definitely not governing. So with that in mind, though, let's do this. I'm gonna take a break because I bashed up on Donald Trump pretty heavily. I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the Biden side of the coin. Can we do that as we go through this therapy section today? This end of June. So we're gonna take a quick break. Come back on the other side, and I'm gonna get into my Joe Biden spiel a little bit. This is In-Text News Radio, Reality Radio. Everybody can be a star. We'll be right back. Just quick break.
Being number one. When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661. By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here for you.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer. I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen of sundown 184-361-RICK. That's 184-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361-RICK. Call Ricky, Ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
All right, we're back live on the Tech News Radio, reality radio, right from the stars. My name is Clint Paris, hosting Straight Up the Middle. You know, people comment all the time about that Straight Up the Middle. You're not straight up the middle. You're a leftist. You're a commie. You're socialist. No, you're just off in a ditch somewhere. I'm telling you, I am as middle of the road as America is. I really am. I'm not extreme. Some of the stuff I hear, I know is extreme. Like this thing with the Ten Commandments in Louisiana and now Oklahoma is going to teach from the Bible. So there are ways that you can handle things that don't bring. But we fail to realize. Think about, you go around the world. Historically, you've had basically three bases for most of your disputes that overlay some. It's monetary. People are fighting over money, right? Then the second fight usually is over land, fighting over that. And then the other one usually fights religious. All that stuff in the Middle East, since 700, when Muhammad came through to take over the Silk Road, they've been fighting in the Middle East over religion. So we look at this thing in Gaza and Israel. You look at the thing over in Iran. You look at the thing in Syria. Those are all proxy fights related to religious issues. The only time you didn't have that, y'all want to do some history? You know, well, no, we're not going to do it. Anyway, there was a time when you didn't have all those fights, right? Before World War II. For hundreds of years, they didn't fight. But there was a price to pay to not be in those wars. So I started the show off talking about the debates, because that's the most prominent thing on the national scene right now, the debate. You know, and the debates are great when they're unknowns. Debates are not so great when there are the people involved, they are knowns. You know, I've debated. I was in general, when you go to the court, particularly if you're arguing on some kind of a hearing or motion or something, it's kind of a debate setup. You know, one side goes, the other side goes. Judge asks questions, guys answer the questions. You know, you know, it's a debate format. Did the same thing in college. I was on the moot court team, national championship. That we won up in Minnesota. So I get the dynamic, and I love it. I love the debate. And locally, I've been involved in some debate programs, competing in a leadership institute with the Tampa Organization of Black Affairs. For a number of years, I've been one of their debaters. I go in and debate their team. They put about 5 or 6 people up, and then we go in and we debate them. Been pretty exciting, fun stuff. But watching the debate is not the same as running a country. That's not running a country. So I think Joe Biden needs to get some credit for not his debate dynamic, but how he's run the country. I said this last week, and somebody, you can't say that. Joe Biden should get credit for not having us get into a war with China. And the reason that sounds crazy is, if you're going to blame him for the war in Ukraine, you got to blame him for the wars that didn't happen. That only makes sense. So all the places that we're not at war, why would you not give Joe Biden credit for his statesmanship and preventing us from getting into those situations. The real issue here, though, is we base things off what we see. And that debate did not reflect what's happening in America. First of all, America's doing well. I'm always disappointed with people that are doom and gloom and almost predicting or cheering for the downfall of America. That seems unpatriotic to me. And that's kind of what we've been getting lately. But, for example, unemployment, historical lows. Historical lows. Even the one that Donald Trump wants to claim, African American unemployment, historical lows. You had Trump talking about we got to stop immigration because these people are coming and they're taking black jobs. And I'm not sure, what jobs specifically he's talking about that these people are taking from black people. And I get the idea of wanting to make black people compete or be against other minorities so that they end up fighting each other and the wealthy can kind of just, benefit from those disputes. But Joe Biden is doing a great job, Jobs Act, getting people back to work, 15 million jobs plus, and that turns over in our economy. If you go to an airport near you, whatever city you're in, it's packed. Try to take a cruise. I mean, they show the Carnival cruise bullying the Disney cruise at every port as the DJ is rocking as they roll out. I mean, the whole ship is just rocking back and forth. I don't know if you've been to one of the amusement parks. Packed. Go to a mall. Packed. Our sports leagues are reporting record attendance. Record attendance at sporting events. Baseball, hockey, even soccer is booming right now. And my argument I'm saying is where's this suffrage to the level that you're talking about? I get it. You're always going to have the poor will always be with you, the Bible tells us. They'll always be with us. And that's part of our challenge, to be compassionate and thoughtful about what you do about them. But when Donald Trump was in office, he didn't focus on poor people. What did he do? He gave the rich and the wealthy a tax break. He gave the rich and the wealthy a tax break, and he added $8 trillion to the deficit. Joe Biden, he's not increased the deficit nearly that much while he's brought us out of a recession following COVID. This is the guy that you all saw in the debate. Because remember, debate's not governing. Infrastructure, bridges, bills being built all over this country. Bridges going up everywhere, roads and highways being expanded, interchanges and connections and growth in our infrastructure all over the place. Why? Again, Joe Biden. Then we get into not just the infrastructure piece, but we've got the CHIPS Act. Now, for those that don't understand it, there's a chip in just about everything that you use electronically that does any processing. Your microwave, your refrigerator, your car, your phone, you name it. Everything now has a chip in it of some sort, helping it, operate properly. You got a chip. Everything's got a chip in it. Well, why do you think that those prices have stabilized, and in a lot of cases they've come down since COVID? Why? Because of the CHIPS Act and then the jobs associated with it. You've got multiple mega construction projects going on across the country where they're building plants to manufacture those chips here in the United States. Good paying jobs. These are non-college jobs that you have to have. On the job situation also, in Kentucky, I think it's Kentucky, Amazon got the folks good because they were set to be unionized and get the same benefits that other unionized plants were getting, and the governor came out against it and said, no, you don't need that, and CEO, no, you don't need that, and so the people in Kentucky agreed not to unionize, and guess what they found out this week? They're not getting the same pay as the people at other plants who did unionize. I'll leave that where it is. But Joe Biden has done a great job with pushing for people getting back to work. And if you don't think that people are doing well, go try to buy a house. Well, prices are up. You know why prices go up? People know it's inflation. There are things that push inflation. One of the biggest things pushing inflation is demand. People trying to buy those things. And in America, we're in a time where that's off the chain. Car dealerships, go buy a car. Go on a car dealership. You'll see. Options are down. They're down because people are buying it. And I see y'all in the parking lot, at the grocery store, at church, and wherever you go. You all are riding around in some nice cars. You know, and I see you staring at my 2006 Honda Accord. What you don't know is that Accord is an EX. It's fully loaded on the inside. I'm riding good, y'all. I'm just saying that we have to be careful how we look at certain things. A 90-minute debate is not governing. What Joe Biden has done for America is governing. He's got a massive group of countries supporting Ukraine in the fight, and if you think that's where things would stop if we did not go in and stop Putin, you're wrong. We've seen this story before. We've seen it before. Germany became on the world stage late, and they were jealous of Britain, France, even Japan, and so they wanted their own expansion. Well, that's World War I. Well, they were defeated in World War I. Well, that wasn't good enough. They came back again under Hitler's leadership and using Jewish people as a scapegoat. They tried it again. They tried to gobble up countries around them. They gobbled up Syria. They took back the Sudetenland. They went into Poland. And finally, Europe stood up and stopped Hitler from taking over all these other countries. Well, since the Soviet Union fell apart and all those countries became independent, all those Turkmenistan, Turkestan, even Poland was part of that group, Armenia, and I can go on and on, Ukraine. All those countries were part of the Soviet Union. They became independent, and slowly, because of the beauty and attractiveness of democracy, they've been drifting towards America. Joe Biden understands that Ukraine is just the beginning part for what Russia's trying to do. So in comparison, you have this disgusting representation of a human being, and then you've got Joe Biden, who may have not done well in a debate, but who's been doing a great job governing our country. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Listen, if you're listening, you want to call in, please do 813-444-9588, 813-444-9588. We're going to take a break, come back on the other side, and kind of lay out how we think things are going to go towards the rest of this, the election season. In Touch News Radio, we'll be right back after this quick break.
Tampa Bay Tammy. Tune in to In Touch Radio.
Let's share something about ourselves.
Reality radio, where everyone is a star. In Touch Radio.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
You've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is Attorney Clinton Paris from the Law Office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, Attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the Law Office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
In Touch Radio is smooth soul.
Rocking your radio on the sounds of soul.
Playing your favorite R&B. In Touch Radio.
Therapy, baby. This is therapy, man. Listen, I love getting in here on Saturday morning, get our little chat in, and I really believe it's really been good for me. I feel so much more energized and enthused. I almost feel a cleansing of you all listening to me in the morning. So appreciate it very much, and I appreciate my calls even more. We got a caller on the phone. Good morning, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Marcy, calling from Lithia.
How you doing, Marcy?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Just wanted to call in and let you know that I'm loving your show this morning. Everything you're saying is really resonating with me. I did want to ask a question about the debate, or not so much a question, but just make a statement, because there was a comment about contributing to the national debt or the deficit. And yes, I think both presidents have increased the debt, but what they haven't mentioned is on what. So, because when President Trump increased the debt, it was to give millionaires and billionaires a tax break.
Correct.
President Biden has increased the debt to do things that benefit the people. I mean, there have been, like you said, the CHIPS Act and, all these other things that raise the debt, the national debt, but who is he raising it on behalf of? One person is going to raise the debt on behalf of millionaires and billionaires.
Right.
And the other is wanting to raise the debt to benefit the average American person, like you said, more jobs. And, when you talk about debate style, when someone comes in and just says something is the best ever or more than you've ever seen, like never before, without any actual statistics or data, I don't think that should, that person should be awarded any credit for being able to say those things if they can't substantiate it with facts. And things that may have been true several years ago, like during Trump's presidency, I think black unemployment was the lowest it had ever been. However, since then, it is still now even lower than that.
Right.
So he can't continue to claim credit for something that has improved after he left office, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely makes sense. And it's one of the things I think I struggle with, people processing information. Clearly, you're an informed person, you're able to see this, and I talk to a lot of folks that they see things different than I do, and I'm almost baffled at what planet are you from, where you reach that conclusion. I'll tell you one of my concerns about the upcoming president. There's always something that happens that we can't predict. 9/11, COVID, there's always going to be something that you don't predict. And you got to have the characteristics of your leader ready for that unknown. Do you think character should be a major factor as it relates to the presidency?
Well, absolutely. I think character, because, Trump, I think he said something about not starting wars, but we also never had a Charlottesville under any other president. So, character definitely makes a difference, and it sends a message to the public as well as to, international other countries, other leaders. So I think the comment was he has the morals of an alley cat. I think that's here on a t-shirt somewhere.
Yes, he did say that.
And that's true. But, I guess based on a bad debate, I think people should ask themselves, do you want to continue to have maternal mortality rates increase because Biden had a bad debate night.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what's happening, right? Because these policies where, abortion is being restricted, but really it's not about abortion, because abortion issue affects so many other parts of healthcare. So women who have complicated pregnancies in certain parts of the country are ending up with worse outcomes because of this whole abortion issue. And it's like, well, am I willing to let that become the norm in America because he had a bad debate night? Right. And I trust that should anything happen to Biden, I think, he could, the worst could happen on, the day after Inauguration Day. And I still feel confident that the Democrats are going to vote for the policies that are going to benefit the people, which is why I say it shouldn't be so much about the individual, because it's about the structure. I don't know how much you heard or read about, or your listeners rather, have heard about the whole Project 2025 and the things that they're planning to do upon Trump's, inauguration. Well, I don't want those things to happen. And, I don't care what happens to Biden. I hate to say it. I'm not saying it the right way, but any president. I mean, Kennedy was a very young, strong president when he was assassinated. So you really can't just say because of his age. Anything could happen to anyone at any time.
Correct.
And the Democrats have the structure, the policy, the platform to be more supportive of the people than what the Republicans do. And I think that's what you have to look at. It shouldn't be about the people. It's about what they're standing for and what they're supposed to represent. And as terrible as he looked on debate night, I still think that what the party stands for is a lot more important.
Absolutely. You're dead on point. And that whole idea of the Project 2025, that kind of thing has been done a couple of times around the world. Idi Amin did something along those lines when he took power. I want to say Zimbabwe did something similar. You need civil servants who have the institutional knowledge to run these things that make our country function. You go in and start just dumping 50,000 jobs. I think that's the number they threw out for the Project of 2025. They're going to fire 50,000 civil servants. You're going to bring this country to a halt because there's a lot of institutional knowledge that's needed to run government. I've worked in government before, and you need someone that has some historical knowledge to come to the forefront and make sure current decisions don't hurt things that you're not even considering. Let me ask you real quick, and I don't want to keep you too long. What do you think Joe Biden needs to do to firm up people's confidence that he is still the right person to elect in the upcoming in November?
He's going to have to do some damage control, unfortunately. But to me, that means getting out in front of people, like they say in a town hall format, or doing something where he has a lot of visibility, because you relate to people differently when you see them in one format versus just watching them in a debate. So he's just going to have to do a lot of public appearances, a lot of traveling. I don't know, getting himself out in front of people, reaching out to different types of media. But he's got to go into, I guess, what the format in which he's most comfortable, which I don't think the debate is that, because when you have a speech impediment, which I guess they say he does, maybe that pressure isn't the best way for you to relate to people. But, a lot of people have a much better rapport one-on-one or in small groups than they do in other settings. And I think that might be his move, which is to play toward his strength.
Got it. So, well, listen, thank you very much for listening in. Thank you even more for calling. We appreciate you very much. You have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, that's Marsha calling in. First of all, she's a smart person, because she opened by saying she agrees with me. That was the first key that we knew we were on the right track, where she said she agreed with me. And I like what she formulated is, you know, we've gotten into this, we elect personalities. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I didn't really know a lot about Obama's personalities. I knew he was a cool brother that I could probably hang out with and probably, you know, get along with. I mean, I really felt that way. And so that was a big part. Bill a little bit ish also, but Bill he had a record from Arkansas that you could look at and see kind of where he might want to go. But we've gotten into this electing personality almost dynamic, particularly on the Republican side, this personality politics. And she made a great point, very, very smart view, and I think I'm going to adopt that, Marcia, if you don't mind, saying, look, you're voting for policies. Line the policies up. What are the policies Donald Trump wants to put forward versus the policies Joe Biden has already put forward? That's a key thing. You know, Joe Biden tried to do more with the border and immigration, but Donald Trump and his influence on Republicans prevented that from happening. So I think that that's another way to look at it. We got a caller calling in. Let's get this caller on before we take a break. Good morning, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. This is Carl.
Okay, before you jump in, I know y'all lathered up. We lathered up about your boy Joe Biden. We need to take a break, real quick, Carl. If you can hang in there with me, you know, and that way, and I'll give you all the time that you need to shore up support for for Joe Biden. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this break, come back. We have got none other than one of our most loyal callers, Carl the Trucker. I assume that he's in a truck since he's a trucker, trucking. We're going to have him come on, and we're going to go over a couple things. So just hang in there with us. This is In-Touch News Radio, Reality Radio. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
When it comes to reality radio, everyone is a star.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
On your smooth soul and R&B station.
On the World Wide Web.
In Touch Radio.
This is Attorney Clinton Paris. Accidents are beyond your control, but deciding who will represent you is your decision. If you've been injured, call me at the law office of Clinton Paris for a free consultation. 813-413-7924. Offices Riverview.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661. By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here for you.
All right, we're back live with In-Touch News Radio, Reality Radio. Everybody can be the star. I got my main man. I'm talking Carl the Tree. I think you've got the most calls of anybody on any of the shows on this station, Trucker Carl. Glad to have you with us this morning. All right, so I know you've been like steaming since the debate. I know you've been steaming since the debate. Your takeaways from the debate. What really, what did you take away from the debate?
Yeah, I watched the debate, man. I think, but when he first started, he kind of, started. I think he was more so shocked that if you look at his facial expression as he's looking at Trump, he's like, are you gonna fact check this dude? Are you fact? Because he's looking around like, so I think he was more so in a shock once he came out of, and knowing the history, he has a stutter, so he was trying to find his words and be more, explanatory of what he's trying to, so. But as he got the raspiness as the horse out of his voice, he was definitely engaged, but more so just shocked that somebody can come to a debate with no facts, none, and just.
Well, let me ask you. Okay, what made you think, or what will make him ever think Donald Trump, who's an entertainer and has lived his life on falsehoods, would actually come forward with real facts? And you remember, was it Kellyanne Conway said there are alternative facts. You just make them up as you go. Now, Carl, you're a man of accomplishment. If you say it enough time, what is it? If you're going to believe me or your lying eyes? I mean, the fact that this guy would show up and lie, it shouldn't have surprised anybody. Nobody. He was. You know who Donald Trump was? You know who he was at the debate? He was Donald Trump. Everything you think of Donald Trump, he was Donald Trump.
Right. But I think with Biden, he was more so shocked. There was no one fact checking it. There was no, so.
But Carl, he lives in a space where he has nothing but yes men that nobody ever fact checks him. That's why he is the way he is. The thing, this debate was about Joe Biden. It wasn't about Donald Trump. This debate was about, does Joe Biden convey confidence to the American people that he can handle another 4 years? That was the only question. What I thought was the debate.
Today I'm not in the truck. I'm at the tent shop getting my windows tinted, and people here. I consider myself middle class.
Okay.
So we got an Audi just pulled up. It's a big body Mercedes.
Wait, well, did you say? Wait. Well, you said you got an Audi. You got a big body Mercedes. What's going on? I'm in the wrong business here, I think.
Right. So people are spending money, but you get these people, these Trump supporters, that says that we have the worst economy ever. I don't see it. You got this electric Hyundai. You got all kinds of vehicles. People, I see the wealth.
Right.
So I can't understand what you talk to a Trump supporter, and they would say the economy is really doing bad.
I think this. I think if you're in this economy giving full effort, right? Because we all remember our parents working multiple jobs, having a side hustle, all kind of stuff to grind the life out. Here you have people now want to work part-time. They want to work 30 hours a week and live like mega millionaires. You got to put your work in. And like you're in that truck, Carl. I'm sure you don't work 30 hours a week. You 60 hours a week, 55 hours. Sometimes you may go 2 weeks straight working in that truck, to have that. What'd you say? You're riding in an Audi? You said a big body Mercedes? I know you. One day I was talking to you on your motorcycle. I mean, I guess it's good out there for truckers.
Well, it's a mixture, so
yeah, I hear you. So tell me this. All right, what does Joe Biden need to do as we move into the last part of this part of the elect? What does he need to do to reassure people? We had Marcia on earlier, and she agreed with me pretty much 100%. I think she said in all things. She kind of said, well, Joe Biden needs to get out there in different settings to show he's still competent and ready to serve another 4 years. What are your thoughts on what he needs to do to shore up confidence in some of these Democrats that are, falling apart because they think that he didn't win the debate.
Yeah, I think he do need to get out a little bit more and make some more appearance. Background cities.
Got it.
Some of those, get out and get, and just do some handshaking. Go hit your local pizza hut, have a slice of pizza.
Right. Yeah, you listen though, and stay away from scamming barbershops and the hosting phone calls, and then they find out later it's gonna be you. Hey, Carl, appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you always listening and your support. Hey, you be safe out there. You say you're getting your car windows tinted. You spruce the ride up, man, and do your thing. So appreciate you very much, my brother.
Great show.
All right, man, take care. All right, that's Carl the trucker calling in. We're at the end of the hour. Let me just let everybody know that for a brief period, the show is in some transition, the station in general, actually. And so we'll be taking a little hiatus, coming back live in a couple of months. You can still log on. Well, we got a caller calling. Let's get this caller in real quick. Bring the caller in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You got 1 minute. Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, who am I speaking to?
You speaking with Art, man. New Orleans in the house.
What's going on, man? What it do, man? What it do? What you got? What's going on in New Orleans? What's on your mind?
Oh man, we're looking good, brother. Little rain here and there, but it's always amazing in the Crescent, bro. You take it as it comes, big easy.
Appreciate it.
I was looking on y'all.
Hey, we trying to get it done over here, man. Now, listen, did you watch the debates and have a thought about what came out of it, whether or not Biden should stay in, and whether or not Trump told too many lies? Any comments on the debate you want to share?
Well, it's entertaining at this point. That's to say the least. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to get down to business, and that doesn't come to fruition in these debates.
Right.
You're basically looking at who done their homework. You want to see who's competent.
Right.
What kind of rally, what kind of reaction
Yeah.
that you're going to get from the public with these different polls they got out. They're going to kind of go either way. So you just kind of got to follow the trend, to say the least. But it's still early, man, to really see the impact. But man, I just want to congratulate you, man, and the show.
Well, thank you.
Keeping us informed, man. Staying on top of these are real important issues that can shape our nation one way or another.
Outstanding, man. Well, Arthur, we appreciate you calling in. Hang in there in New Orleans, and I got to get up there, get me some gumbo or some etouffee or some of that good stuff y'all have. But you have a great rest of your day, Arthur. Appreciate you calling in.
Also, before you get off, can I recommend a good spot?
Go for it, man. Go. Them Southern girls. You know I've been there. You know I've been there. And I had the oxtails, so you know I've been there. All right, man. Southern girls in New Orleans.
All right, my man. Y'all take care.
Take care, man. Take care. That's Arthur calling from New Orleans, giving a shout out. He wants y'all to go to the Southern Girls and listen. It is all that. Just look them up on the internet. Southern Girls in New Orleans. Wonderful New Orleans food. But listen, want to say this before we get out of here. Got to run. We'll be taking a break from the live shows for a couple of months, and hopefully we'll be back up once we get everything resituated. So I appreciate all the callers, all the listeners. Hang in there. Listen, the cornerstone of America is about education, and the show that comes on right after mine is all about that. So listen in, find out how you can get some money to finance that education. And even if you can't get some money, go anywhere. There's always some dishes can be washed, cars can be washed, clothes can be cleaned, but get that education. And that's what you'll find out if you stick in there and listen to the show that's coming up next. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your day. Again, this is Straight Up the Middle on Intouch News Radio. Have a great day.